Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Prasanna Venkatesh. I am Sergeant at Arms for the club. I welcome you all to the Medley Toastmasters meeting 808. There are few ground rules to be followed during the meeting. First, please turn off your mobiles or keep them on silent mode. I'll give you a few seconds. Second, do not talk about sex, religion or politics during the meeting. Toastmasters International is a century-old organization helping its members to grow in the area of public speaking and leadership skills. As per the mission of Toastmasters, we provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to grow their public speaking and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, I would like to call a person. She's a doctor, a teacher, and mother of 2 kids. Let's welcome our President, Toastmaster Pravda.
Thank you, SAA Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh, for setting the stage for today's meeting. I welcome you all to Medley. With the sound of this gavel, I declare Medley meeting number 808 open. I would like to recognize the dignitaries who have joined today's meeting. Distinguished Toastmaster V.N. Subramaniam, the Charter President of Medley. Distinguished Toastmaster Sampath Saurirajan, past President of Medley. Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas T. Abraham, the past PR Manager of District 82 and past President of Medley. Toastmaster Kalyan, the past President of Medley. Toastmaster Sarandan, the past President and past Area Director of C3. Toastmaster Dinakaran, the past President of Medley. Toastmaster Prasannavani, the immediate past President and Area Director. Welcome you all and thanks for joining today's meeting. I would also like to welcome the guests who have joined today, Ms. Vidya and Mr. Appandiraj. Thank you for joining today's meeting. What makes a leader to keep moving? What motivates a leader to keep moving? This was a question that was put forward in front of a former president of New Zealand, Jacinda. She said that a leader should know that the time in power is very, very limited. She says that any leadership role is temporary. In that case, the success of a leader also depends on how effectively he or she transfers her responsibilities and authority to the successor. And this is called transition in leadership or passing the baton. This will determine the continuity of the firm and ensures the success of the team. Many of you would have witnessed the 100 meters race. The victory of the team not only depends upon the speed with which the athlete runs, but also depends on the smooth transition or the smoothness with which the baton is being passed. When there is a fumble, the team is going to lose. And similarly, when there is a fumble in leadership, there is no progress. How do you learn this transition in leadership? You need to identify the successor and engage the successor far before the due date. Ensure that a checklist of all the responsibilities is being informed and transferred to the successor smoothly. And also it is the responsibility of the leader to be with the successor until this transition phase is gone. In order to learn this crucial process of leadership, you can take up a responsibility as an ex-com in Toastmasters. For the benefit of the guests, Toastmasters is a century-old non-profit educational international organization that is to enhance an individual's public speaking and leadership skills. It works by a community of clubs throughout the globe. And these clubs have certain volunteer leadership roles like ex-com roles and subcommittee. When a person commit himself as an ExCom officer or a subcommittee, he largely his leadership skills are increased. So with these motivating words, I would like to hand over the stage to a person who will take the responsibility to identify the successor of our club further. So I now request our immediate past president and the area director of C3, who will be the election officer for today, to conduct the club election for the term January to June 2025. Over to the hand over the stage to a person who can take this meeting forward, the Toastmaster of the day. To do this role today, we have a mechanical engineer among us who works for Carrier for past 20 years. He is a very dedicated, sincere Toastmaster who lives with his parents and 2 children. Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Balaji, the TMOD of the day.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The theme of today's meeting is B2B, Believe to Become. I am honored to share the story of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who truly represented the spirit of Believe to Become. Born on October 15, 1931 in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. His journey from humble beginnings to global recognition is inspiring. Despite financial hardships, Kalam's parents encouraged his education. He would deliver newspapers to support his family, then rush to school. His perseverance led him to Madras Institute of Technology, where he studied aeronautical engineering. At Indian Space Research Organization, he played a pivotal role in developing India's first satellite launch vehicle. Despite multiple failures and challenges, he believed in his teamwork and learning from mistakes. This belief led him to significant achievements in DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, earning his title, the Missile Man of India. In 2002, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has become the President of India, inspiring millions with his vision and humility. His message, dream big, influenced countless young minds. His story teaches us that with belief and hard work, we can achieve the greatness. Let us all believe to become the greatest GOAT. For the benefit of guests, let me explain the routine proceedings of Toastmasters. We have 3 sections in Toastmaster meeting: prepared speech, table topics, and evaluation session. Prepared speech. The member will be delivering the speech according to the pathways and the level of the project. The pathways and projects were designed to improve our leadership and communication skills. Table topics. A particular topic will be given to the member. A member must talk for at least 1 minute, maximum up to 2 minutes. Table topics will make us think at our feet and helpful in facing difficult situations personally and professionally. Evaluation sessions. The evaluators will be giving feedback and suggestions to improve about the prepared speech. Speech evaluations will help us to assess a person or a situation positively. The part of evaluation session is tag roles. Timer, R-counter and grammarian will improve our listening and communication skills and also help us to learn new words and concepts. Now let me introduce General Evaluator for today's meeting. He is a dedicated aviation professional with over 14 years of experience in certification, audit and oversight within civil aviation industry. Toastmaster Rajshekaran. Toastmaster Rajshekaran says, your belief determines your action and your action determines your results. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Rajshekaran.
Thank you, Dean. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. I am a General Evaluator for today's meeting. As a GE, I will be evaluating the entire session that happens before the start of the meeting, during the meeting and end of the meeting. Includes timing, involvement of members, performance of the role player and overall proceedings of today's meeting. Why we evaluate? To find fault on others? Definitely not. Evaluation is one of the leadership qualities which we acquire in Toastmasters to improve ourselves and to help others to improve. We evaluate what we see and hear. At the end, I will be sharing commentations and recommendations about today's meeting. To help me in this process, I have two teams to support me. Team 1, quantitative, timer, R-counter and grammarian. Team 2, qualitative team, who evaluate prepared speeches. Let me introduce my tag team members. To do this timer role, we have a young and energetic new Toastmasters from Chennai. She is a freelancer, social media marketer and emotional support coach. Her favorite quotes are, live to express, not to impress, and believe it and become it. Please join me in welcoming the timer of today's meeting, TM Sarika.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and my dear guest. I am Sarika, the timer for today's meeting. As a timer, I will time the prepared speeches, evaluations and table topics. I will alert each speaker of the time they are left using green, yellow and red card. For the icebreaker speech, 4 to 6 minutes, I will show green card at 4 minutes, yellow card at 5 minutes and red card at 6 minutes. For prepared speeches, 5 to 7 minutes, I will show green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes and red card at 7 minutes. For table topics, 1 to 2 minutes, I will show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute, 30 seconds and red card at 2 minutes. 30 seconds of grace time will be given to the speakers, a lower and upper end for prepared speeches and evaluations. While for table topics, the speaker has to speak for a minimum of 1 minute. Believe it, become it, and stay on time and shine bright. All the best, speakers.
Thank you very much, Team Sarika, for briefing about the timer role. Now, to do the R-counter role, we have a young and energetic, passionate Toastmaster, hails from Coimbatore, who is a badminton player in the morning and chartered accountant by the day and a movie buff at night. And his favorite quotes are, believe in your dreams, no matter how impossible they seem to be. Please join me welcome the R-counter for today's meeting, our Kongu Natu Singakutti, TM Prasad.
Thank you, Ji. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I am playing the role of R-counter. This role in specific is very special to me because I also had, had the problem of using the same word multiple times in a conversation, which has been pointed out to me by a good friend of mine. Naturally, my first response is to correct it. As any person would do, the first person which I approach to correct this mistake is Google. Even a simple cough you have, the Google will tell us it might be a symptom for a cancer. There's another cancer institute nearby. You can go admit it today itself. The same way, I wanted to just correct the issue of using the filler words. And as you can evidently see, I ended up in Toastmasters, which I don't regret, obviously. Now, my role as accountant today is to count the unnecessary sounds or the repetitive words which you might be using when you come and speak on the stage. I would be closely listening and taking note of the words like ahs, likes, etc. These are the filler words which affect the effectiveness of a speech. Towards the end of the speech, when called upon, I'll present my evaluation report. Thank you.
Thank you for speaking about the role of accountant. To do the grammarian role, we have a passionate and new Toastmaster from Kallakurichi, and he's working in an IT team lead in US based company. His favorite quote is "Believe in yourself," and once a year, go someplace you've never been before. Please join me in welcome grammarian of today's meeting, Alagi, TM Alagi.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I am playing role of grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, to listen carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper usage as well as outstanding words, quotes, saying or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is invigorative, which means encourage. Invigorative. Invigorate. An example of using this word is I invigorate to all of our club members to vote for today's election. Each speaker is invigorated to use this word, which I will note and I will applaud and appreciate during my grammarian report. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for giving the grammarian role, TM Alagi. I look forward for a wonderful meeting. At the end of the meeting, I will report my GE report. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Now we are moving to the prepared speeches. I would like to call the first speaker for today's prepared speech. He is working as a national sales head in Nexus Innovative Solutions Private Limited, with 13 years of experience. He loves riding bike and exploring new places. Toastmaster Pradeep. Toastmaster Pradeep says, belief has an ability to create or destroy anything. Before calling Toastmaster Pradeep to stage, I'd like to call his evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sampath Saurirajan, to brief the objectives of the speech.
Good afternoon, General Evaluator, Toastmasters, and Toastmaster Pradeep in specific. Toastmaster Pradeep is going to do his icebreaker today. The purpose statement says, purpose of this project is for the member to introduce to the club and learn basic structure of public speech. Time allotted is 4 to 6 minutes. Good luck to the speaker and nice listening to all of us.
Toastmaster Pradeep will deliver his icebreaker speech on motivational strategies. Toastmaster Pradeep. My teachers were KGF, Spider-Man and Joe Jeeta Oti Sikandar. My teachers were KGF, Spider-Man and Joe Jeeta Oti Sikandar. Toastmaster Pradeep. Thank you.
I hope you people are comfortable. Yeah?
Yes.
I am not. Seriously, I am not. Writing love letter was easier for me than preparing this icebreaker speech. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and my dear guests. My name is Pradeep. I am coming from Madurai, a temple city. As a child, I used to spend a lot of time with my elder brother. We used to fight a lot. In fact, he was my crime partner. My dad was an army officer, a typical military man. So, whenever my elder brother and I had a fight, obviously, we should have a proper drill in our home. My mom is a homemaker, a very good cook. She has been a backbone of our family. Coming to my school life, I always want to go to school. Don't judge me. I want to play. I don't want to study. And I was a movie buff. Due to that reason, I became an outstanding student. Yeah, though my parents want to be an outstanding performer. At the age of 10, I was watching a Hindi movie called Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar. It means the one who wins is the king. It's a sports-based movie. Inspired with that, I became an athlete. I also won a regional level 100 meter and 200 meter race. Nowadays, kids in that age standard, they know what they want to do in their life. Me, at the age standard, I was watching Tom and Jerry movies and Shaktiman series. Life was going very smooth, without any ambition. Journey got stuck when my father passed away. I was in 9th standard. We moved from Punjab down to Madurai. The new city and new school was not new for me. But yes, Tamil was a big challenge since I had grown up in North. My school was almost 22 kilometers away from my home. I used to take 2 buses to reach my school. I struggled a lot to read, in fact, the bus stop name called Periyar Bus Stand. In fact, I was translating the name into English also. Periyar Bus Stand has a bigger bus stand. Once a conductor asked me, where you want to go? I fumbled and said, or Periyar, or bigger stop putting. Everybody laughed the way you are. Time was going on. Slowly I learned my Tamil with the help of Kaundamani and Sendil dialogues and comedies. I was an outstanding performer. I was an outstanding student. I want to be outstanding performer. I joined BCA. I started attending all my lectures, all my classes. Slowly I became a representative of my class. During that period, Spider-Man movie inspired me a lot, especially the dialogue. More power comes with more responsibility. I learned that. I interact with a lot of students, with the staff, with other departments also. During my final year, I failed in my campus interview due to lack of confidence. Thanks a lot for Annamali movie to bounce back my confidence. I still remember the dialogue what I changed myself for my benefit. Pradeep, you remember this day when HR rejected you. Prepare yourself in such a way that all companies hire you. Keeping this dialogue in my mind, I start developing myself, confident and preparing myself. Finally, I placed in almost 5 companies. While doing my MCA, all this experience and challenges helped me a lot to excel myself. In fact, I became a placement secretary. I organized a national level symposium and arranged a campus interview for my batch. Out of 60 students, 42 students got placed. I started my career in IT sector. Slowly I understand that sitting in front of system for a long time is not for me. I switched to sales and landed into Nexus Innovative Solution. It's a corporate gifting company. 6 years back, the company was struggling a lot to retain the branch. Again, KGF movie inspired me a lot. I still remember the dialogue. If 1,000 people are behind you, you can win the battle. But if 1,000 people believe you, you can win the entire world. Assuming myself as a Rocky Pie, I took charge of Bangalore branch and create my own empire. From negative business to 1.5 crores, bringing a revenue for per month was a great experience for me. I met my soulmate in 2019. Today I am having a young child of 3-year-old of kid. Today I am joined a Toastmaster for the betterment of. Today I joined a Toastmaster for more betterment of my communications without borrowing any dialogues from movies. Thank you and over to you.
Moving on to second prepared speech. He is working as a specialist in one of the leading wind energy company with 14 years of professional experience. He likes watching cricket and spending time with family. Toastmaster Vidyasagar. Toastmaster Vidyasagar says, belief is a feeling of being sure that something is true. Before calling Toastmaster Vidyasagar to stage, I'd like to call his evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham, to brief the objectives of the speech.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon. Especially to today's second speaker, Toastmaster Vidyasagar. He's going to attempt from the dynamic leadership path, level 1, project 2, which is writing a speech with purpose. The title of the speech, if I may, is Work-Life Balance, a Myth or Reality. This objective of the speech is to learn basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and present a well-organized speech. Timer is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, dear speaker. Thank you.
Toastmaster Vidyasagar will deliver a speech on dynamic leadership, writing a speech with purpose. Toastmaster Vidyasagar, work-life balance, a myth or reality? Work-life balance, a myth or reality? Toastmaster Vidyasagar.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. This is Vidyasagar, and today I will be talking about work-life balance. I believe in work-life balance. I truly mean it. Based on my 14 years of professional career, I mean it. I do not believe in work-life balance. And I also don't believe that in the history of humanity has everyone done perfect balancing of work and life. I truly mean it. I do not believe in work-life balance. As we all know that in our day-to-day life, we wear different hats we share different responsibilities. At work, if you see, if you are a senior member of your team, you will definitely be mentoring some of the less experienced colleagues. And if you are a leader, you will be driving some strategic initiatives at your workplace. Also, if you have kids, you definitely want to be a good parent at home. Also, you would like to be a wonderful husband to your wife. If you have old age parents, you would want to be a loyal son. So, as you all know, we share many responsibilities in our day-to-day lives. But the fact is, we all have got only 24 hours time, isn't it? Right? If we break our 24 hours time period into 3 different segments, okay, 8 hours each. If you work for 8 hours and if you sleep for 8 hours, and the remaining time left is only 8 hours for our personal life. This is the reality. This seems to be very simple because balancing the work-life balance seems very simple. But in reality, such is not the case, isn't it? So there are times the work may be challenging and it might demand more of your time, more than 8 hours. At times, your family needs your more time, right? So you cannot really manage, you cannot really balance the work and life at times, okay? So now the key here, instead of striking the equilibrium balance between the work and life, what we should be driving at is the to build a life in which we can perfectly harmonize your work and life. Instead of balancing, we should be trying at build a life in which we can harmonize the work and life. Okay. So what does that mean? So we need to blend both work and life. Quite oftenly we see both of them, different entities. Okay. But in the reality, we cannot separate them. If you're not really working, well at office, right? So you will bring the negative vibe to your home, and that will affect your personal life as well, right? We cannot really separate. So the key here is we need to blend both work and life. How to do that is, so let me bring the keyword blend. Okay. So blend is an acronym that gives the 5 essential ingredients that you need to perfectly blend your work and life. Okay. So the first letter is B, that is build. So you need to build a life in which that you need to accept there are times that there will be some imbalance between work and life, that you need to acknowledge that. Instead of trying to achieve the perfect equilibrium point between work and life, so we should be blending work and life. Okay, so that's the objective of this life. So by building a life in which you can perfectly, harmonize your work and life so that you can be at your best, you can be at your best to manage both the work and life equally at the same time. Okay. And the next keyword is love. So you need to love your work environment and your colleagues. If you are in a toxic workplace, definitely you will not be happy at the workplace. Then it will also affect your personal life. So you need to love your work and work environment and the colleagues around you. Okay. And the next keyword is energy. So you need to identify the things that you are passionate about. So you need to work on the things that you are really interested in, so that will give you the positive energy and you will feel satisfied at work, and equally also it will give you a sense of fulfillment of your life even in your personal life. And then there is a letter called N. So N stands for need. So you need to find the intersection between your passion and the needs of your organization. Okay, so at times this can be very challenging. It cannot happen overnight. Maybe you need to take the conversation one at a time with your maybe managers or your mentors, and maybe during your performance appraisals, or maybe during your goal setting. So you need to let them know that what are the things that you would like to do, you are interested in. So, and believe me that many people think that they cannot shape their job around the passion. So that is the reason why they always complain about the work, what they are doing. So believe me, if you let them know, definitely you can influence them, and for sure that you can definitely influence the people around you more than what you can do. So, and then the last word is D. D stands for dedicate. So you need to dedicate yourself for the long term. So you need to work on your skill set, and you need to know what are the skills that you want to learn, and what are the companies that they are working on innovative stuff that you are interested in. So you need to follow those companies, people who are working great stuff in our work area. Okay, so finally I end the speech with a quote: "Success occurs when opportunity needs preparation. Your future success will be a reflection of your past efforts." So the key here is, rather than trying to balance work and life, we should blend both work and life. I invite you all to take the challenge, blend your work and life. Thank you.
Now I would like to call upon the third speaker for the prepared speech. He is a hardcore IT professional with 20 years of experience serving multiple clients in various domains across the globe. He hails from Kovilpatti with a decade of residence in Chennai. Outside his professional endeavors, he finds solace in the world of hockey. He is Toastmaster Pugarendi. Before calling Toastmaster Pugarendi, I'd like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Sampath Sundaresan.
Sundaresan Subramaniam.
Sorry, sir. To brief the objectives of this speech.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is only Sundaresan Subramaniam. For the past 64 years, same that. No change in that. Only in Medley, few take the privilege of calling me. For a change, you can call me Modi ji also. The third speaker is Toastmaster Pugarendi with the speech titled The People Tree. And Pathways, Leadership Development, Level 1, Project Name, Writing a Speech with Purpose. Project purpose is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose, and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Good wishes to Speaker Toastmaster Pugarendi. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. I'm going to show you something. Let's see whether you are able to recognize this. Anyone? Library card. Yeah, I may not be able to see it. Yeah, library card. But it often rests in my package. It doesn't go to the library. I'll justify why. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and my dear guests. I'm going to today